my lovely people, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Queenie's community. Welcome to our channel. In today's video, guys, I'm gonna share with you about the difference between agency work and permanent job. I've got a number of questions from people who have subscribed to my channel, students who are going to complete their social work course, and they want to know whether they should go into a permanent job or whether they should do an agency work. And I've got a number of international students as well who are asking me questions: is it good to work as a permanent member of staff, or is it good to work as an agency? So I'm taking my time to do a video to share with you what I know about the difference between agency work and permanent job, the advantages and the disadvantages. If you are interested, then let's right into the video. I wouldn't sit here and say that permanent job is good and agency work is no good, or agency work is good and permanent job is no good. It depends on what you want. It depends on individual, what works for you and your family. Because for me, what works for me is to do permanent job. So I have always worked as a permanent member of staff within the local authority where I'm working in. But I have so many friends who are qualified social workers who are doing agency work, and if you tell them to do permanent job, they will not go for it because permanent job does not work for them, but agency work suits them better and their family. One of the difference between agency work and permanent job is that with agency work, there's the immediate start of your employment, whereas permanent job, it takes some time before all your checks will be done by HR. With permanent job, the HR will have to do your DBS, the HR will have to do all your references, check your references. HR will have to check on you before you can start the job. But with agency job, the agency will do all those DBS and all the checks before they put you forward for the employment, for the interview. So once you are successful for your interview, you can start the employment as soon as possible. With agency work, you are paid on weekly basis. When you work as a social worker here in the UK and you are doing agency work, you'll be paid on weekly basis. But if you are working as a local authority job, if you are working for the local authority as a permanent member of staff, you'll be paid on monthly basis. So that is one of the difference between agency work and permanent job. Weekly basis for agency work, permanent job for 4 weeks payment, monthly payment for permanent jobs. With the agency job, the agency will pay you, the local authority will pay your agency and your agency will pay you. But with the permanent job, the local authority will pay you through the HR, the human resources. Like I said, you get money on monthly basis. Agency is on weekly basis. Agency will pay you. With the local authority, the HR will pay you within the local authority. With permanent job, you have to give at least 4 weeks notice. Some local authorities, you need to give 8 weeks notice, which is 2 months notice before you can leave. But with agency work, you have to give a week's notice and you can leave. So the difference between agency work and permanent job is that with agency work, the notice you give can be only 1 week and you are off. If you don't like the organization, if you don't like things that they do and you want to leave, within 1 week you can give them notice and you can go. But with permanent job, it takes time for you to leave. You need to give them ample of time, like 4 weeks or 8 weeks before you can leave. With agency job, if you are working as an agency worker, a social worker on agency basis, the employer, the local authority, can also give you 1 week notice to say that they've got a permanent member of staff, so you need to leave. But with permanent job, the chances of you being asked to leave is very low. Unless you do something bad, that is when they will be able to tell you to leave. But if your work is good and they like you, you can work for longer. You can stay there till even you retire from social work if that's what you want to. Friends who are also doing social work on agency basis, and they say to me that with agency work you need to hit the running you need to hit the ground running. That's what I have heard, that with agency work, obviously the expectation is that you have to know what you are in for. You need to have some sort of experience so you can hit the ground running. So majority of the people that normally go for agency work are those who have already finished their ASYE program. They've already qualified and have got at least 2 years experience, and some of them, they will leave the permanent job and go for agency work because the expectation is that perhaps you have to hit the ground running before you can be employed. But with permanent job, perhaps you can go in for as a newly qualified social worker and take your time to learn on the road, take your time to develop your skills and knowledge in social work, and the expectation is not for you to hit the ground running. That is the difference between agency work and permanent job. Here in UK, social work job is generic. You can decide to work within the adult services and you can decide to work within the children's services. And there are agency jobs across the board for adult services and for children's services as well. Don't get me wrong, some agency job, they offers ASYE program for newly qualified social work through agency work, and perhaps you get the support that you need to be able to develop your skills and knowledge in social work via agency work as well. So don't be put off. With agency job, what you tend to do is to manage your own payments. The difference between agency work and permanent job is that with agency work, you have to manage your own annual leave. When you go for annual leave, you are not going to get paid by the local authority. Whereas if you are a permanent member of staff, when you go for annual leave, you get paid. With agency work, when you go for sick leave, when you are not well and you want to go on sick leave, you are not going to get paid. Whereas with the local authority, when you are on sick leave, when you are not feeling well and you go on sick leave, you get paid. Another difference is that with agency work, you have to manage your own taxes. You need to find a company to pay your own taxes. But with the permanent job, before you get paid, the local authority, the HR, has already worked up your tax and have taken your tax, your NI, national insurance. All those taxes have been taken out before you get paid. So the difference is that you have to manage your own expenses, your own taxes. But with permanent job, is managed by HR for you. That is the two differences. When it comes to social work, there is in-house training and there is external training. Majority of the time, from my own experience, if you are agency worker, definitely you can go for the in-house training. There's so many training that you are entitled to attend to. But when it comes to external trainings, training that are very expensive, you will not be able to get it covered by the local authority. Perhaps your agency will have to pay it for you and then you pay by installments. I know a friend who works with an agency and she wanted to do a course and her agency paid for it and they took the money out slowly from her wages and she was able to do that course. So the difference is that some external courses, or majority of the expensive external courses, the local authority can pay for their permanent member of staff. But when it comes to in-house training, then agency workers, if you're working for the local authority, you are more than welcome to attend all the in-house training, as far as I know. I hope I have shared the difference between agency work and permanent work for you guys. But if there's anything that I have not been able to cover, comment down below, let me know, so we are all learning from each other. Agency work and permanent job. If you are a social worker and you are doing agency work, why are you doing agency work? What are the benefits for you? If you are a permanent member of staff, why are you doing agency? Why are you doing permanent job? Put that in the comment section. I want to hear from you, and I want to also hear how you feel about my video. So let's interact with each other. Let's talk to each other. I'm more than happy to respond to some of the questions that you guys have for me in terms of permanent job, in terms of agency work. I want to end by saying your dreams and aspirations can come true. You never know. Whatever you aspire to do, whatever you are aiming and planning to do for your life, for your future, can come true, but it comes with its own difficulties and challenges. So if you are passionate about your dreams and aspiration, you need to work hard towards it. You need to set up targets, because there is always the end result. There is always the light at the end of the tunnel. So take care of yourself and move forward. Be passionate, be enthusiastic, and you have the inner strength in you. Feel empowered and reach out for your aims, your dreams and aspiration, and one day it can come to pass. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video, and bye.